What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am very excited because the V6 MR2 is finally going to be back on the road. I got axles in for the car. Of course, because of the swap, these had to be custom built. It took forever to get these. The first company that I was going to have make them, they just didn't make them. So anyways, I reached out to a second company and I paid, I believe it was April 6th, and I received these June 6th. It was literally 2 months from the day that I paid that I got these in my hand. And for custom work, that's pretty quick and I'm very happy with it. I'm not making huge power in this car, so these aren't anything special. They're not like 1,000 horsepower axles, but I think they should still do the job. They're plenty sturdy, and one of the things that makes me excited is this. I'm gonna have a lot more thread engagement for the CV axles. You can see how little thread engagement I have on the current axles. Surprisingly, the axle nuts have never come loose, but it is something I make sure to check periodically. Anyways, just having more thread engagement is gonna give me more peace of mind. After putting in these last parts, all I have to do is get an alignment, and then this car is gonna be good to go. I've been messing a lot with the rear suspension component, so I'll just put a camera up and do a quick time lapse. The axle's out and this side actually has some play in it. The other side is a lot more pronounced. It's pretty bad, so definitely time for replacement. I started comparing the new ones versus the old ones, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit nervous right now. In regards to length, they're actually pretty identical. I know it doesn't look like it right off the bat when you look at the two bars here, but when I compressed them, they were pretty much identical in length, and they're gonna both work. But what concerns me is that the new one has beefier joints on both sides, and like you can just see that this is considerably smaller than that. And what makes me nervous is if the joints are gonna end up hitting the subframe, because they're already pretty close. I mean, I think I probably had like an inch or two of clearance, and with how much bigger they are, that might be an issue. On the passenger side, which is the one we're doing, I think it should be okay. I'm more concerned with the driver's side. The plan right now is to put in the passenger side one. As I mentioned, I do think this one will fit, and then we'll go over to the driver's side and we'll just see how it goes and hope for the best. I've been sitting here for like the last 20 minutes, not really sure the best approach of what to do. So the axle did go in place like it was supposed to. My concern is that at the closest point, I only have like 1 millimeter or 2 of clearance. I thought about just hammering out the subframe a little bit, but I'm nervous because of how close I'll be hammering to the lower control arm mounting point, and I don't want to mess up the suspension geometry. My plan is I'll do the other side and then I'll kind of just sleep on it and go from there. Comparing these side by side, one of the differences I did notice is right here. This little spacing is a little bit bigger than over here. This is gonna sit outward more, or this will be further away from the transmission itself, which does make me think it may hit. We're gonna test fit it and then we'll go from there. I'm very surprised, but I actually have more room on the driver's side. I still think under load, it'll end up contacting the subframe though, so I have to figure something out. What's up guys, it's been about a week since that last clip and I was able to figure out a solution. I decided to reach out to the company that I bought these from. I explained the space constraints and of course I sent them some pictures. What they told me is that they could actually modify the axles to work with the space constraints. They told me they would cover the modification under warranty, so it was super cool because then all I had to worry about was the shipping cost. I've already shipped back the axles, so at this point, it's just a matter of them receiving them and then modifying them and sending them back to me. I don't have an ETA on how long that will take, but if I'm being conservative, you know, it took 2 months for me to get them initially. So if we go by that timeline, I should hopefully have them by the end of August. It's a bummer because this means realistically, I'm not going to get to do any events with the V6 MR2 this year. So essentially my focus has shifted, and there's 2 things here. First one is start gathering parts for the swap on the white MR2. Of course, that one's going to go with the 2GR. The second thing I'll be focusing on is making adjustments to the V6 MR2 so I can get ready for it to do hill climbs and other things like that. I really want to do some like open lapping events, but with the Supercharger, that's just not really going to work. I'm going to have heat soak issues. I'm going to have to get at the minimum a roll bar, but there's a possibility I'll have to get a cage put in it. It really depends who I want to compete with and their specific rules. In regards to being able to attend events, this really isn't the year that I was hoping to have, but I think it may end up being good because a lot of the times I'm making decisions based off timelines. Like I want to be at XYZ event, so I'll rush things, or there's the other side side where I'm doing things as cheaply as possible. The extra time has really allowed me to take a more thoughtful approach to everything I do. So I'm thinking that like next year, I'll be able to get a lot more seat time and the cars are going to be faster than ever. And with that, I don't have anything else for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.